for the king's attention because she is missing out. You know, FOMO is real. Okay, and ask yourself why. Hata hapa TikTok mali kuna chai, kila mtu ako huko. Hawa magifters wanakuwa chini ya maji sasa, ndio anarusha universe, anarusha lion, anarusha nini. Mtu wao unachilingi naye hata hajai kurushia whale, lakini ile adrenaline rush itampeleka pale arushe lion in the midst of 10,000 viewers. What happened next? We are going to follow this person. We're going to be curious. You want to find out who are they? Okay, that's exactly what is happening right now. So Diana jipeleke tu kwa mwendo wa ase, unaona? Kama unataka kupandishwa na king, unajua Dani ati she's the minister for information and know it all, eh? Kama unataka kupewa role pale ya ujuaji ya Kimenyi, unaona? Just go, and by the way, not to forget, you know Diana alienda California aka-apply for job kwa TikTok admin. Awezi nyera na yawa. Diana went to California to report account ya Malisafi, ya Boscan, ya Nyako, ya Biggie, ya Jacqueline. I think they were about. Diana aliniambia toki ofisi kama account hazianguka, na kuambia nilikuwa namuuliza podi bado.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't forget any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
On this basis, real is bloody rare. People speak from both sides of their mouth. Right? They speak because they want that visibility. Diana saizi ya maana huko ndo kunang'aa, Sasa huko ndo anajifanya tena kuja kuchapa ule msee, ndio ule msee akuja atafanya nini? Yes, it's greed, poverty and misery. Misery loves company. And me, I say it every day, guys. The day TikTok itatoa option ya coins, aki ya Mungu mtaniona TikTok. Amutaniona hata nikiamali nifanya debate, nitakuwa nasikiliza tu na zero nasikiliza na cheka nikiendaga. That is the reality. So let everybody do what they want to do, how they want to do. Nothing is permanent, okay? Things come and go. Kama mtu amepata opportunity mahali ya kupata, wacha apate. What is the big deal? And this idea of saying mtu anatumiwa, how can you use an adult? Because if I choose to be used, why would that be your problem? Nikiamua nimekubali kutumika, you know, and especially someone that has never wished you the best. Someone that has never wished, because everything that Diana used to call out on Nyako is exactly what she's doing. Is it about 50 or 40% of the people did whatever walikuwa magoogle saini wako now? The people she used to call what flying monkeys. What happened to the flying monkeys? What happened exactly? Because she's now the one that is riding that. She's the captain of the flying monkeys. Right? So that is why I'm telling you guys that everything that Diana says in projection, Diana used to hate on Google. And now ita madowanzi mafly. You know, those days she used to use the word flying monkeys, until she absorbed half of that flying monkey. Sasa hizi ndio watu wake wa mkono. Am I lying ama ni kweli? Hao ndio wanazurura sasa hivi wakimwambia Diana you're right, you're right, because that's exactly what she wanted. So we cannot come here and pretend to call out the same things that we are doing or we want or we wish for. That is a fact, guys. Okay? People should do what they want to do with whom they fucking want to do with, as long as they are not your responsibility. They are not children. Hii idea kusema ati anatumia Nyako in what sense? Guys, tell me how anatumia Nyako. I don't get it. And if there will be consequence later on, that is fine. It's an experience, you know. But we are not, Diana, we are not. Thankfully, nowadays, what washa kujua. That is a beautiful thing. That is what I like about TikTokers, yeah? When you came here as a mental health worker, chekesha. Ebu ni cheke mental health worker wetu. She came here as a mental health worker, and then there's a thing that usually she defends herself. And just because I'm a feminist does not blah, blah, blah. No, a feminist does not come here and invade people's families, you know, disrespect women, send people to people's villages, wanapiga baka simu kwa choo. I've never seen that. A feminist is someone that teaches for better, you know, support, empower both men and women, right? So we cannot come here and sit at the back of the chair and just watch you, you know, trample with your lies. You know, So get yourself there. If you want to go there, it's fine. It's an open forum. Kama utakubalika huko ni sawa, kama utakubalika pia ni sawa, but we all know what your expectations are. I've never seen a feminist that is a bully, you know. I've never seen a feminist that is a serial liar na kutwist vitu na kungonisha watu. Nah, right? You are that one, okay? I've never seen a feminist that fuels violence, you know, pit people against each other, try and play the godmother, exactly what you're trying to do, okay? So personally, I know your intentions, I know how you operate, and go and try your luck, you know, go and try like without the need of speaking for someone. That is what I'll say. Hi everybody on the comment section or whatever, anybody want to say anything, nataka kusip maji. Yeah, feminism come with you know, you have to be empathetic, understand people, not troll and shut people. And you know the reason why Diana will troll you and shut you and would demean you is to shut you down, because a lot of people cannot take those kind of disrespect, the demeaning one. So what do? Unanyenyekea, unanyamaza. That's what she does. I mean, there's no other excuse for that at all. You know, Mimi as Atty, I say I don't compete, but when I have to talk, I'll talk. Mimi, no amount of trolling, demeaning can shut me down. Never. You know, the only thing mimi naogopa hii dunia is my mighty God, Mungu wangu mbinguni, because it's God that has my destiny and plan. Not vinyangarika hapa manini, you know, wannabes, you know, given titles with no, you know, backup and background and all that. Not for me. For any feminist watemu, that is true. Yeah. And by the way, guys, I want you to do something. One of these days, Dana akiwa live, if you watch crime and investigation, you know the serial killers, when they're being interviewed, pay attention to their eyes. Have you noticed Diana's eyes? Diana has no soul, by the way. Look at her eyes. She barely blinks. Pay attention to Diana's body language akiongea. Zero expression. Hata akicheka. Unajua ukijicheka, unajiwachiliaga, unaona hata uso inakunjana, inabondana, mapua inaenda jina chini. Diana laughs with a very straight face. Ni kama imepigwa plaster. Very stiff. Stiff naked fools. Diana laughs with a... Nata macheza Diana. Ushana, guys, I'm giving you an assignment, guys. You pay attention to body language. From body language, unaweza soma karakta ya mtu. Diana ni mtu anaweza kuwa cyanide. Anaweza kuwa kwa cyanide. Anakuletea coffee na smile hivi na ameweka cyanide, because she has zero expressions. Look at her stare. Her stare is so detached. Unaona, so cold. Ni kama maiti ile imekufa hujafungiwa macho. You know, back in the days in the village, watu walikuwa wakikufa kushago, kuna vile mlikuwa mnakuja na kitambaa mnafunga hiyo macho. Hiyo macho isifungwa in plenty of time, ile motis riga kisha ingia inakuwa too straight. When Diana opens a live, guys, I want you all that are here, the 600 people, right? Go and pay attention. Look, you know, the eyes, you know, they say are the windows to the soul. So that is why she'll come and say this thing today, tomorrow she comes and without a blink, without no conscience, without no guilt. Because she thinks she knows everything. She thinks she's always right. I'm telling you, you guys pay attention, and the next time when you're here again, we're gonna come and do the review. This is a class, guys. This is a free class. Body language. Read the body language. Na hata akisema uongo, I swear she says uongo without flinching. Baka zingine Mungu angalia hivi nasema, hey, yawa. Dena wiber nyawegi. Yani hata unasema uongo na hata ushtuki, hata ujifanya ati unajikuna whatever. Straight face, straight eyes. So 99% of the things that mnendage tuko ni kama mna watch nini, you know, like we're watching these fictional movies, you know. Don't pay attention to most of these things, because most of them are illusional. And know before she comes in, I'm script hizo vitu. Most of the things that are kama movie, by the way, to her is not real life. Why would I chukua serious? Yeah, it's a script. She scripts it, come and throws it for her Adwanzi, and then Adwanzi will be there following. It's like a religion, you know. So guys, pay attention to what I'm telling you, by the way, guys. I'm telling you for a fact. Pay good attention. And all the lies. Now, I wish Dana siya kuja hapa nimuulize. Dana come here, I want us to have a one-on-one. Before my match. And we need to be reminding these things, because a lot of things, unajua ukienda huko kumwana wanapotea. Oh, thank you so much, it's okay. Angie, thank you so much, Angie. Now, we say that history is part of us. Mimi as a person, I like to concentrate on our history because our history is what makes us who we are. Diana Rose was meant to bring us her book. Saizi ukienda kuuliza mambo ya kitabu mtakujua Diana is a habitual serial liar. If you go and ask about her book, atakutukana in a very demeaning, derogatory way to belittle you, you know. Alikuwa alete kitabu yake. You know, after my match, the plan was, Diana, I need you to respond to these things, okay? Open your live, unaweza nitukana, but please make sure to respond to these things. And then munite Diana Rose, I need her to come and say, alisema, and then munite Diana Rose, because I need her to answer some real questions, you know. Kitabu ya Diana Rose, ilikuwa launched. Do you guys mnasikia story ya kitabu anymore? Because she was using those things to appeal to people. Ndio mumuone ni mtu msomi, ni mtu wako na good intentions, whatever, you know. So people warmed up to her thinking, oh, she's writing a book about African vaginas. Where's Kali? Unakwenda te Diana tafadhali. Najua ni mtu wa mkono. Ende waambie Diana Rose na muita hapa. And we need to know when the book is getting into Amazon because we want to promote that book. The book was meant to be going to on Amazon. Baka wa leo, she'll never talk about that thing, okay? There was to be a huge documentary. You know, hiyo ilikuwa ni kusabotage match yangu. Unajua the games are streets, yeah? That was intentional to sabotage my match. My match was very successful, you know. What else? Of course, mauza koti na tujua hizo ni hizo zina
kiongeza volume kama presenter wa United States, kuna watu kadhaa wa US tulikuwa tunafaa kuwa deported. Ongeza volume iko sawa.
Wewe wacha yako kina Dalvin. Wewe wacha watu wa US.
Mimi hata Awanda, Hiki, Damaris tunafanya nini US bado? Volume iko sawa, finya.
Sasa wacha wewe watu wa nini UAE yawa. Si watu wa UAE walikuwa supposed kwa nini? Walikuwa supposed wa kuwa deported kina Dalvin, sijui kina nani. Wengine hata waliogopa wakataka TikTok kabisa. Unaona? So Diana will come out. That's why I'm telling you the things that Diana says. Actually Mungu kama ujipendi utachukua serious. Kina Wendo walikuwa supposed wa kuwa deported. Unaona? It never happened. Okay. Haya sisi na huyu nakwambia tulikuwa guys wakati wa Rosso tulikuwa tunafanya research ile mbaya sana. Tukitafuta kitu tunarushiana, tuna dig up, tunafanya nini, tulikuwa tunafanya nini, but we wanted that attention. Tulikuwa nasema hizi pesa zinakula huku zima lions. Kwani sisi ni watoto wa watu, hata sisi ni nyodo bana. How do we get attention ya huyu Rosso? Let us go on the other side. Let us, you know, and that's exactly what Diana Rose is doing right now with the TikTok king. And unajua, you know when people want to belittle you, they'll trash you, okay? They make you feel useless, worthless, and you know, as human beings, you know, we are social beings. We love to be acknowledged because right now everybody's on king. And then there's this one woman, you know, thank you so much. There's this one woman that comes on TikTok with her turbans, you know. Sometimes she has these wigs that I don't know where she gets them from, you know, with her clothes from Pella, you know, with the flower dresses and all that. Will come here and put Madilu system and Franco and all that kind of a thing and pull you down, right? So what do? I gotta find out who this person is and what exactly do they want. How do I shut them down? Sisi ile pesa tulipewa na Rosso, si ati Rosso alikuwa anatupenda. Rosso gave us that money to shut us down, right? So right now, that's exactly what Diana is looking for. Diana is looking for the king's attention because she is missing out. You know, FOMO is real, okay? And ask yourself why. Hata hapa TikTok, mali kuna chai. Kila mtu ako uko. Hawa magifters wanakuwa chini ya maji sasa, ndio anarusha universe, anarusha lion, anarusha nini. Mtu wao una chilingi naye hata hajai kurushia whale, lakini ile adrenaline rush itampeleka pale arushe lion in the midst of 10,000 viewers. What happened next? We are going to follow this person. We're going to be curious. You want to find out who are they? Okay? That's exactly what is happening right now. So Diana jipeleke tu kwa mwendo wa ase, unaona? Kama unataka kupandishwa na king, unajua Diana she's the minister for information and know it all, Kama unataka kupewa role pale ya ujuaji ya Kimenyi, unaona? Just go, and by the way, not to forget, you know Diana alienda California aka-apply for job kwa TikTok admin. Awezi nyer na yawa. Diana went to California to report account ya Malisafi, ya Boscan, ya Nyako, ya Biggie, ya Jacqueline. I think they were about. Diana aliniambia toki ofisi kama account hazianguka, na kuambia nilikuwa namuuliza podi bado because the assurance was hatoki huko mpaka hizo accounts yanguke chini. This is the same person that is coming to preach for us peace, love and unity. How ironical that Nyani haoni kolonde. Nyani okoneo londe Diana the pek pieri moni ne pieri kaka chala yeki bimiji advice ka the pek pieri monde go and pieko you pieri and see zile vitu ziko kwa mkundu yako zile zina uzo the damage you've done you wanted to do for people here. You're the same woman that used to tell kina V8 then when V8 walikuwa huko na kuramba mkundu hata yeye mwende mripoti za wakati za watu the kungi pek pieri go and look after yourself. Right? Take accountability, guys. Mimi, if I'm ever called out, I'll come here and say, guys, it happened. You know, I've learned I am better. Okay? But you're not going to preach what we do not practice. Kama kuna mtu ametakia watu mabaya TikTok. The other day wakiwa na JB wakiripota account yangu. Why didn't you, tell her that is wrong because someone has a contrary opinion. Wewe kila siku unatukana watu kwa hata kwa account yako. Has anybody ever reported your account? Has anybody? Because we are strong inside, okay? We try to walk our talks, not only when it suits us. Kuna mtu hii TikTok amedhalilisha watu, guys. I know I'm not perfect, I have my flaws and whatever. But sasa tukikuwa kwa ile lineup, kuna mtu amedhalilisha kugonganisha watu. Hii TikTok kama Diana Rose. Tell me where Diana has ever mali ashaenda ka thrive. Tell me mali Diana hajaenda ameacha chaos. Bombs left, right and center. Amebomoa kubomoa. Alafu the worst thing, akitoka huko she's the victim. She's the one that demeans everything. Kuna boundaries. Okay? Does Diana Rose have boundaries? Does she have boundaries? Mtu anaenda baka kwa mama muzazi ya mtu. Unamwongelesha unamrecord. Unaenda baka kwa choo. Na niko na hizo picture ukiniambia baka ulinitumia baka picha za kuna Jacqueline Ombewa. Ukaniambia umesema apige baka walls za choo baka nyumba ya step mama yake Diana Rose. Uliambia ule mtu wako lituma akapiga baka wall ya nyumba. Imagine. Tell me. And then you're coming here, guys, telling me that Diana is someone that is telling people about unity, about loving each other, when she does not even love herself. Because when you love yourself, you have boundaries. There are things you realize that, you know what, I'm not getting there because neza fikiwa. We need to have mentors that walk their talk. That is number one. So anybody coming here to parade themselves on things they don't do, and atieno nyaboro bade dongo, nipatini yokazi, I'll call the bullshit out of them. Period. Sometimes you're quiet because you're tired of the nonsense, of the rubbish, the back and forth. But sometimes you come here and say what a lot of people are probably scared of telling because utakuja hapo tukona mamkundu za mama zao. Mimi si Diana Rose anasema talita tuniliwapa talita maradati zao. Did she ever? Nani wewe naye nani JB wewe nilikwambia wewe ni slow coach wewe hata siwezi kuaddress wewe jaribu sana. Yes, mimi ni muaje na nimekubali. Imagine mimi ni muaje na don't have a problem that nimekubali. Wewe nataka pia ukubali wewe ni slow coach. Unajua wewe ndio unabeba malengo na unabeba ujinga. So wewe ni mtu nilisema wewe siwezi kufungua live na kuaddress hivi na kwa nimejiangusha wallahi billahi. So wewe piga tu kelele, ni mtu wa mkono. Where is okay with you? I understand because Diana need a weakling like you to thrive. Diana cannot be someone like me because when I called her out na story ya nani ya Rachel Tuma, she could not take the truth. Yeah. No, I'm mentioning you, reminding you that you're a slow coach. Wewe si mtu anashikia mbulu bana. I'm mentioning you because wewe ni collateral damage. Yeah, wasi ati wewe ni important. I mean, you have any relevance, JB. And you know that very well. You try so hard to fit in mama. Na nilikwambia mimi hata JB kusema nini? I would never tinifungule but no, you cannot be the main menu. Wewe huwezi kuwa starter. Wewe ni ile napkin mtu akishakula anachukua anapanguza nayo masupu kwa mdomo. And that's where you are. Respectfully take your place in peace and stay there. That's where you are, JB. Keep her ngodo. That's why because I take sisi za kublock ama kuaddress because wewe ni slow coach. Go and check the word slow coach. Mtu anyitagi utakuja kujita 10 years. Vitu lishaisha nasema nakumbuka. That's who you are, JB, and nothing gonna change that. Danke Sean. Unaitwa because when you collateral damage, know that you are relevant, girl. Sit right in your corner. Thank you. Absolutely. And you see, because you're weak, you come when we talk about me, you see me coming to your spaces because I have what is called inner strength, darling. You should be able to take what you guys dish. When you talk about people, just know that people can as well give their opinions onto you. Mimi, have you ever seen come at your place that I can't because you're not worth it, darling. All right? We together? Thank you. So as I was saying, by the way, JB alienda kwa huko kwa nani mwisho alienda kwa Rosso mwisho after kupiga Rosso left right and center to me this obongo. Jichiemo, watu wanakula na wewe uko busy huko unachunga ng'ombe. By the time watu wameanza kula, that is why nakwambia wewe ni slow coach mse. Watu wanamanga lakini wako merorororo. By the time unaenda huko kwa Shirosheri kulamba mkundu, vitu zimeisha bana. That's what I tell you as local. That's what I mean. You do not know how to read the room. How do you bana? Just because you can talk and it does not mean that you're smart enough. That is how you separate the wheat from the chaff. The daft and the smart ones. Imagine ulipigana Rosso mpaka bala usome rumu je hapana sasa ya kupigana. Si ulijipeleka huko? Oling Togombo. Did you not tulikuwa kuna ka Interstellar? Sasa that is what when I mean you're a slow coach. Yani ujuagi kusoma room say, Ujui kusoma room. Imagine after kufight kupiga huyo mtu, umechapa mse na unajua uko na ubao, uko na njaa, alafu njaa yako inakupeleka saa zile kuna macramps. Manumuna uondo moto yawa. JB Kipara, I hope you with time you're gonna upgrade. Uwa jifanya mjoji lakini ujuaji ya mdomo maybe ya streets za kukimbia streets za ronga, unaona, lakini ile akili ya msee ya kichwa hivi hauna hiyo nakwambia. That I'm telling for a fact. Guys, niambieni kama nasema uongo, and as I've said, maybe I have nothing personal against JB because she's not worth it msee. JB ni mtu wa atize unamshikia. Unashikia mtu ndongo nango, Ngat mawiye de ngech kama ngat maruma were nungeyo to kungeyo cha. So ngat maruma siwezi mshikia ubaya mse, mtu amechapa streets za ronga na Masai wale watu wamechapa zile deal za unajua wafikagi tao au wanapiga tu round za hizo club za ronga whatever. JB says kuona ubaya my friend. That one I'm telling you. And I hear you so many times talk about me. I don't even take it personal. I don't respond to you because you're not worth it. Because I know exactly where you are. And I said on this street, weka kila mse kona yake, you'll be at peace. Not every Tom, Dick and Harry is worth your response. You hata shikanisha. Are we okay? Yeah, we engage we bende de nyinge utiti yokode. So hizi streets lazima tupate mafala watutembelee kwani hamwezi kwa wote the same. Lazima na Dana alipiga tarubin akaona uzu zeta ndio fit kulai naye. Sasa unajua ndio na Rieng. Akijaribu kuoppose kitu hivi anapigwa kichwa chini. Anasema, "Oh kweli. Diana you are right." Dana ashajua kumtem. Unajua? Akijaribu tukiongea kuna time tuliongea hivi ati anajishebedua anaanza kuongea ataenda kupinga no go we mawiyo dog pain because Diana ashajua IQ yake. Diana ati JB I love you are you not the same one that alisema Diana lilala na budake? Are you not the same one? Ama mlibasha kichwa? Are you not the same one, JB? And you guys need to come and tell us whatever thing changed. That is why I said you're a slow coach, and of course Diana is with you because that's the only place anaweza kuja kwa vile anataka. Anybody else want the thing? Bado JB ako hapa, bado anasikiza. Are you still here JB? Ama ushatoka? Niendelee kukupasha because umejileta. Me, you know, I can tell you when you come to my space, I'll never come to your space, girl. You see, that is how relevant and important I am. That is the difference between moi and you, right? Are we okay? Atipia, gosh, Aki, the way you reason. Unaona vile you reason. You reason come through class 3. Her reasoning is so low. Her points are so weak. So, you know, some of these people, you just let them kujishebedua. JB kuja hapa na mwata na shebedua because that's where she belongs. Unaona akili yake iko hapo. Unaona? And I don't mind. No, I'm block by the way. JB is block. She's not. Why would you block someone like that? A slow coach? Why you wanna block a slow coach, bana? Mtu ashikanisha nyetishi. You don't. Madam Boo. Boo ni wazi litumwa 19 pato puku, you know. people that semi literate that will pick these words here and there, zile wanapata huko kwa dating chat wakitana mabuko, she comes and uses them here, so that's fine. You know, character defines somebody. Demwa nini warodi waronga. Sasa mtu warodi waronga surely unamshikilia. Kwa nini unamshikia nini? Kwa nini unamshikia manjam? Watu wakwenda kutafuta wazunye panafri huko whatever, you know, the kina Norfolk hotels, unajua na kwa mali level yake iko. Unamuelewa tu kwa hiyo level yake and life continues. Anyway, nani you are truly sema? Sitaki kumdestroy nani, atakuja na short kwa dansia zile madansi zake za club za ronga. So ukionaga tu oboho people carry themselves, you can tell from someone's character with no disrespect, guys, unaona, and it's okay, it's life, unaona. Wengine wetu libidi fanye uboho ndio tukuje majuu, unaelewa. You have to survive. Some of us left home to get better, unaoja. Umaskini poverty, unaelewa. Umaskini ni kitu mbaya, guys. We need to fight poverty. Kwa hivyo mkiona mtu ameenda mahali anaweza pata yake ya leo, wacheni afanyeni apate yawa. We are all fighting poverty. What's a big deal, guys? Are we okay? Unajua nani huu ni wale maboho wa maronga huko. Wale maboho wa maronga huko. Why would you hate on someone like that? I'd rather be a murderer than a low class oboho any day, any time. Unasema na eyebrows zake za Aki, wewe useme hivyo eyebrows zake za Nike, at least yako na nini za Nike. Mimi hata eyebrows siju kuchora hapo naye amenishinda. Hizo sio zile permanent eyebrows by the way, hizo za JB. Zile mtu weka sasa asubuhi ni kuosha tu uso uzipaki tena, cause to me they look like nini kama tattoos, zile zimekuwa tattooed.
Ati hiyo anachoranga na pencil alafu anawakisha filter na ring light juu. Inakaa hivyo.
Ala?
Unaanza kitonga hivi uso inaharibika kidogo, kafilter kanasonga hivi. Atizo ni fugu.
But you see, it's TikTok. Everybody in TikTok is a heroine, is a whatever. Yeah. So, by the way, JB, sijasikia analysis ya JB kwa TikTok king. Sijasikia nini, unajua pia JB tunataka pia opinions ziko, opinions zimebame, opinion material hiyo bam. Alafu mtaona JB mwisho ndatenda huko ku squat kusimpuko.
Sasa kwa hapa chini yako na echo.
Ni nani huyo?
Huyu mseko hapa chini yako na echo. Huyu kumbafu something.
Acha ni mute. Yeah, but it is.
Ngoja JB malize kuchangiwa latrine ndio utajua ujui. Saizi kanajifanya kajinga.
No, but yeah, kama ni joke. Is it true?
Wako na mchango, niliona flyer.
No, I think it's just sarcasm. I don't think it's true.
Wao unafikiria JB akonja pia?
No, I know of course akonja. That is not a secret, but Shu alichoza nyumbani kuchimbwa. I don't think
ni ukweli anataka mchango wa kuchimba latrine huko Kisii. Huko pale wanatoka huko.
No, I think ni joke. No, I think it's just sarcasm. I think
sarcasm mpaka make a flyer Atty with the date and the time.
No, I don't think that would be serious for real. I don't think so. But we'll we'll wait and see for real.
Atty.
And if it's true, then it just confirms what I always say here, that a lot of people hate on the things that they want. You know, because JB ndo alikuwa na report mchango za watu za kwenda hosi and all that now.
Mchango ni constant.
Wakati watu wengine walikuwa wanafanya michango, it was a bad thing. Now wao ndio the TikTok cartels wa michango, alafu wanaiba michango za wenyewe, na wengine wanani address na wameiba picha za wenyewe pale Facebook. Mnakuja kudanganya watu because of pressure ya TikTok.
Mchango ni real paka imeadvertisewa, inaitwa Kanairo
Initiative. Ati wewe.
Inaitwa Kanairo Initiative. Ni real.
Kanairo alifanya watu wakasema wachangishiwe choo latrine. Who the fuck raises money for a pit latrine?
Tulitumia tu hiyo lion ya jana.
Wewe na wewe tuko mambo yetu na.
Sasa na wewe jamani, wewe tuko stories zingine unakuja ya jana.
Nimalize before mioto yetu ndio uanze stories za choo.
Nimenyamaza
Ati
basi.
mchango iko set on the 29th, mpaka wako na mpaka DJ fly imetengenezwa, it is on site. Na nilisema venye juzi walikuwa wananichamba pale nikiwa vacation, ninakuja nimchangie cho at least mama yake aweze palipa kunia. Thank you.
Honestly, all along I thought it was maybe just sarcasm and having a bit of a laugh. I didn't.
No, it is real. Imagine msee unaishi majuu and you can't afford to fix a fucking pit latrine for your parents shamelessly. Alafu you are busy insulting people daily and addressing people. Mungu hata ni maskini. Sasa maskini. Tajiri so universe unapewa huwezi jenga choo. Lazima ukuje kuchangiwa.
Now, let me ask you now.
Can I talk, guys?
Hey, of course.
This fucking piece of shit.
Finya inject, okari finya vizuri, kanyaga.
Ngoja nikwambie, JB akaniambia tujengee mamake nyumba. Nikamwambia, baby, give me some time. Nataka kukujua. No. So akanipatia namba ya mama yake. Nikatuma pesa kwa huyo mama. It was not enough. One day nimelala pale Frankfurt kwa kina Daisy, nime blackout and naambia, you don't care for me. She's just a fucking piece of JB, fucking piece of shit. Hiyo choo nitaenda nijenge mimi mwenyewe.
Hebu nikuulize Okari, you see the thing is, personally, I always like things that can be substantiated, because to be fair, I think you've said a lot of things on this space that cannot substantiate. Hiyo pesa ulitumia mama yake uko na evidence, because you don't want to be, see,
Kuna evidence.
yeah, I always say, nitumie kwa WhatsApp, nitumie evidence kwa WhatsApp, even more than, yeah, because we don't want to be seen, like, you see, I have no reason to hate someone that is struggling like me. That is,
nilituma mpaka akasema asante sana, mubarikiwe.
okay, sawa, nitumie evidence, at least you substantiate what you're
Okay,
saying.
give me some 10 minutes, you know I'm very slow in these things.
Yeah, just take your time. We'll be in 10 minutes. And as I've said, you see, a lot of the people on these spaces, you know, they hate on the very things that they want to know, na. And when Kina JB were there reporting anybody at Wagonja, there are a lot of people that really honestly need that money, but they went and reported out of envy and jealous because they wish it was them. Now they have the tie, you know, they have the opportunity. So most of the things that people call out here, they call them because they
Okay,
are...
actually, let me drop and get the message. Today, I don't care about this fucking piece of shit.
You don't have to swear my account will be nini. Na sijatoa coins zangu zote za kusurvive. Please, thank you. Yeah. So
Ati, they used to be the loudest mouths. JB kwanza huyu the loudest one on accountability. Mtu akisha kama hawaja manage kuita 333 for people, mtu akitangiwa they want accountability, na yao ya juzi iliwashinda kutupea accountability ile ya mali safi. The double standard on this app.
no, but it's people that allow that to happen, because honestly, mimi right now, if I decide to do something, I don't owe anybody anything, unaona. So when you conform, when you allow people to control you, unaona, because there's a time that apparently people even had to go and ask our matripri for permission to do what, to changa. You see, you enable people to control you, your money, your resources and all that, right? And then mambo ya mali safi, I said first, as a person, you know, I didn't want to get myself, because this is something that is very sensitive when it comes to gonjwa. But then again, people that give, because sometimes we have to start from the root problem. When maybe kuna mchango, you have the opportunity to ask for the questions that you want to ask before you give your money. Once you have given your money before asking the hard questions, forget about it, okay? Sasa saizi niko na mchango, nimekuja naomba mchango. Kama wewe, you go with what is called hard mentality, because, oh, Atty amesema, I don't care, I trust Atty, okay? Stick with that to the latter. Don't come here and change your mind and start demanding for a proof. Before you do anything, always ask. If you don't get the answers, move, go. You don't have to. So until people change their mindset, we cannot change people. It is our responsibility to ask for the questions, the right questions, when it matters the most. It does not matter what anybody else is doing or saying. Unaona? So now, what are we responsible for? The actions. Simple. Mimi nikitaka nauliza, if it's not being done in public, I'm going to come to your inbox. I'll ask you, why can't I see evidence? I'm not doing hard mentality. Unaona, because nimeona nani yako hapo, I want to please. And until people change their own mindset, nobody can change you. Mtagongwa, mtakulwa, and then you'll complain later, and nothing will change. The change must start with you. You must start your own responsibility, and that's on period. And that is why I say this story of Mali Safi, you know, I can't come here and be the priestess of morals or whatever, because I'm not teaching adults on what to do, what is called due diligence. People need to start taking responsibility. Until then, this is not the last. There'll be more and more to come. And people will always come and complain after. We have to take our own responsibility. Simple. Because kama kuna opportunity ya pesa na TikTok, there's money. People want to give because they want to belong. Why not? Yeah. Simple.
Ati naomba maiki jamani.
Yeah.
Wakumbuka nilivyompiga chifu? Unajua nini ifanyika? Headmistress wa TikTok akampigia chifu. Akauliza namba yangu. Chifu akamwambia sijui majina na nini. Mimi naye si mjinga, akasema kama watu wanatumia Facebook hii mapicha, manake ananiambia mimi sijui naongea na nani jamani sijui naongea ati akia mabuo yogo adwa neno picha ni. Nikakimbia nikaenda kwa Facebook. Nikaenda katafuta picha nikapata. Sasa walikuwa jamani mwanamke yule anisamee. Nikachukua. Nikaenda nikamwekea pap. Alafu kisha mwisho anaambia nini? Jaber. Hawa. Ukineka ibera enya.
Can you go straight to the point? Go straight to the point, you know. What is the point?
The point is, yesterday, JB said, I have your number, mpenzi ochot, I will expose you on Monday. Nasema hivi, nenda ka expose your number Monday. Haiko, nilitafuna, mimi nilichukua tu number, ambayo yani waezo kanunua kokote. Nikaichukua ndo nikampigia. Yeye na uzuzu wake na Diana wakampigia yule chifu. Chifu akawapatia namba. Naambiaje? Waitoe hiyo namba na picha zangu. Mimi ambao ananiita mpenzi ochot. That is my point. So now, that is how stupid you are, JB. Yani wewe ni mpumbavu. Wewe unafikiri kwamba tukiwa tunamsikia BK akisema mimi nikishatumia SIM card moja, hata siitumii tena na itafuna. Basi yangu mimi nilikata na makasi na ndo nilitupa. Hapo nimekwambia umjinga. Chifu kumbe kaenda kalipwa pesa ati, na mimi nilikuwa nimekubali naenda kumsomeshea. Kwa hivyo ile chifu namwaya. Nilimwonea huruma, nikasema huruma ni Huruma Estate. Sitawahi kumsaidia. Diana ndio akakimbia, alafu kisha yomwambia JB, Monday tutatoa. Huyo mpenzi chote tutatoa. Toeni na wangoja. Asetie kwa another.
Lakini nani anaitwa Jokari, hii kitu umenitumia has got nothing to do na pesa. Hili mambo yenu na sijui pita kushikwa wolo. I don't get it. Okari amenitumia kitu hapa but it has zero relevance with what we were talking about. I think we were talking about mambo ya kusema alitumia mama JB pesa. Okari, I was asking you to if you have any evidence to the allegations you're saying, because you're saying that ulitumia mama nani pesa. Now what you've sent me is a totally different thing, so I don't understand how these two correlate. I don't get it. Maybe you can come up and expound, because one thing I always say that we do not want to talk about things that you cannot substantiate, because that is hearsay, and I do not believe in hearsay. I would never want to do hearsay. Unaelewa? So what Okari has sent me is a voice note wakiongea na JB about sijui nani ama ni nani, sijui Mike, sijui nani, all these things, and I think these things have been said here before, so there's just a repetition. Hiyo sijaelewa. I thought Okari alikuwa anatuma nini? I thought Okari was sending as the transactions. Hiyo pesa alitumia mama JB. You know me guys, in my heart is too deep. So I don't do things because that you have an issue. Na by the way, mimi mtu kama nani? Mimi mtu kama JB, I swear to God, I don't hate JB. I have no reason to hate JB, by the way. I have opinions about her and all that, but I would not even want that kumwekelea vitu. And if there's something wrong or thing, I know, I'll not just flow. The way people come here and flow and make things up because I don't like someone. That doesn't help me as a person, right? So when Okari talked about sending JB's mom money, I expected Okari to at least show some evidence to substantiate the allegations, because you don't want to sit here and then just get on with the right because she said so. If it's not substantiated, it probably didn't happen, and that is the honest truth. Anyway, yours truly. So I want you to tell me your opinion now. Back to what I was saying. What is your opinion about all this hula baloo about the current king? Yes, because there's a lot of things in the air. So what is your
King ni mbea. King ana market match yake, lakini kuna mwanamke fulani anataka huyo King apewe ile attention yule mwenzake anapewa.
So si useme tu majina particular, unaongea opinion yako kucharazwa is correct.
Oh, sorry. King ni mbea, King ni mdaku. King anajua kitu anafanya, anajaribu kukosanisha watu. Because of that, nasema based on what he did this morning, like he knew what he was doing when he did that. Lakini huyu mwingine naye anakuja hapa ku advice, naongea juu yake manyimogo soro. Anakuja kujifanyisha hapa ana advice, ni wivu inamsumbua because ameona Nyako anapandanga pale, anarudishwa coins zake. Hata kama kitamramba, at least kitamramba kama ameenda nyumbani na coins zenye sisi wengine wetu hatuna. Hiyo sio ati anamuadvise out of love, anamuadvise out of hate. Juu the moment Kemanyi aito tu hivi kidogo na huyo king of sijui mnamuita nani kwa platform, atakimbisha hizo matako zake kwa na ile kiti yake imetoboka. Thank you. That's my opinion.
Atty, personally, I feel King is here for content like any other TikToker. Huyo jamaa komboka, ako kwa content, na hiyo ndio style yake ya content. Kufanya na kina Nyako venye wanafanya, hiyo ni content yao. But we've seen Diana for quite some time. Mnakumbuka hapo nyuma wakati kulikuwa the only team that was there ilikuwa Gugu Nation. She kept on addressing watu wa Gugu venye ni madwanzi, hii grouping, mimi staki group, mambo ya team staki team. But saa hii yeye ndio ring leader wa ma teams. The grouping sasa iko kwake kama kitu wengine, now they even sasa yako very comfortable. Lakini kuna wakati yeye hakukuwa na kikundi, mambo ya vikundi ilikuwa issue, lakini kwa sababu sasa yeye ako na kikundi hiyo, yani wakati vitu ziko saidi yake ziko sawa, lakini kama ni mtu mwingine ni issue. Now hata sijui kwa nini anajiseti na mambo ya King. Angeacha hiyo ni kutaka kwa Nyako. Nyako si mtoto. Nyako amechagua vitu za kufanya, afanye hivyo. Kidogo utaanza kuona up making venye mimi naona, kwa sababu
someone share this with Kunilisha. There's something I really like Kuni to answer me because of course I had Kuni, I think she said nani TikTok King is a scammer. Unaona, would you, if you care for me, would you mind me totos, even you want to hear your opinion, like if you know someone is a scammer, would you if I'm your friend, how would you advise me? With that knowledge, I like someone like Kuni and also Mitotos. I really appreciate your honest opinions. If you truly are my friend, you care for me, we hang together, and you know someone that you have an opinion is not a good person, maybe that man is not good money, would you still advise me to go there? Meanwhile, anybody on the guest can also respond. Would you advise me to pursue this person? Ama, you'd tell me to keep off, just like Pesia Rosso, guys. I was one of the people that were calling that money scam money until I got the opportunity to get the money, okay? So I don't know about you guys, because mimi hata ukiniambia pesa ndaza kuja hapa nasema ni scam, lakini opportunity ya pesa ikikuja, hey! Mimi hata ukingwa sasa akiniita hata ni tutu well, mimi atielo na mguu yangu. I am going there. So, so I would really like to hear from people that are neutral, people that have morals, some of us are tuna morals, So I don't want to be the speaker. I would like to hear, from the people that stand for moral. So I don't understand where they are, because 1 minute tunasema mtu ni scam, unaona hizi pesa zake ni za wash, and then the next minute we encourage our friends to show up to these spaces, guys. I would really love, because I'm a little bit, contrasted in the opinion of all this. So what do you guys think? Yeah, Mimi, I own
it's usually a scam when the other person is getting it, but when you start receiving it, it no longer becomes a scam.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
That's what I wanted to say, Atty. Like,
yeah,
it's a scam, lakini let's be honest, every one of us najua naweza tamani chance ya kwenda hapo, tusijidanganye kila mtu. And I know like mtu kama Diana Rose, ye ucharazanga mtu, ndio sasa huyo mtu afanye nini, I scared, I get close to them. Like venye alifanya Rosso. She went on, yani aliendea Rosso kabisa, alafu kampata yeye ndio sasa ako close to Rosso, ati close to Shiro, yeye ndio yani anajua vitu za huko sana, yeye ndio anapandishwa juu, yeye ndio anapewa hiyo 1 million. So mimi najua hata yeye akipewa hiyo chance saizi, na ndio maana labda anatumia hiyo tactic alitumia kwa Rosso ndio aweze kufika kwa hiyo TikTok king. Period.
Yeah, Kerry, if you're on my space here, we have freedom of speech here. We don't do those stupid kind of, cultism and fanatism. So if you start doing those things, I'll block you because you are 0 on my space. I just, ile maturity, ndio mimi kuacha hapa. If you come on my space, respect people's opinion. You do not have to agree with them, but hapa to block watu ovyo, and we do not take people's opinion away from them. We might not agree with them, but we allow people, that is how democracy works. Democracy is not aligning or agreeing someone's opinion, but respect, that's how they see the world, right? Thank you. So yeah, because there's a little bit of personally, I'm like a little bit torn in between, because jana nilisikia huko kwa kunani, actually I listened to it kwa bloggers, watu wengi walikuwa hapo kwa Sakena, they were saying the way these guys are scammers, the way he's here to wash money and all that, right? So I would have thought that maybe on the same breath, unless, that's what I'm saying, it depends on where their moral values is. I would have thought in all this wangeambia maybe best yangeambia Sakena, maybe sisi kama friends wako would advise you not to show up there. I don't know what Sakena thinks about this as well, and this is where I'm a little bit, I don't know where it stands, I don't know where it stands. So would it be okay for us to support our friends going to a place that we absolutely have reasons to doubt and all that, guys, I want us to just have a constructive discussion, no disrespect.
Ati jana nilisikiza kina Sakena kidogo, and it was said that Sakena has been in that platform before.
No, I think I spoke to Sakena huko kwa Edna, akasema ajawai, that was just hearsay, but alisema ajai kwa huko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sasa to be fair, I think kwenda pale basi hiyo ni uchokozi juu mimi personally I wouldn't go kwa territory ya wenyewe unless natafuta chaos.
Yours truly, hebu niongee kidogo.
Sinimalize, sikuwa nimemaliza.
Sorry, amekuwa distracted. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So if she has never been there before, then I think it was wrong for her to go there yesterday. She could have just stayed in her turf, because we all understand like easy TikTok politics, Mimi personally, if I had been Sakena yesterday, mimi singeenda pale. Like I wouldn't even have, because you already know ukienda huko yule mwingine atakasirika kianza kumana. Those people are not friends. That's my opinion.
Well, I'll respond to your opinion. I think it's beautiful to try. There are people who want to, and I applaud anybody that is daring enough to go to, turfs that they probably think, it takes a lot to be that daring to show up. Some people like pushing the limit, or like, I don't care, I'm gonna go and give it a shot, right? Fair enough. She went there and the reception wasn't the best. That is according to me, unaona, because one man's meat is another man's poison. Someone else might not see is that. So I'm gonna speak as me, not trying to make decisions for Sakena and what's good for her or not. I'm just giving a general opinion, guys, right? So like she went yesterday, the reception of course was telling, and I've heard that still say that she'll try and go again. So I don't know whether she's saying this because, there's always that sense of defiance. Some people never want to admit or, kind of their ego. There's an ego thingy, unaona? unasema I'll still go. But seeing how the reception was yesterday, personally, I would think against it because the influence is already there, and hata keda huko hakutakuwa na peace, hakuna concentration, because I believe 100% sure maybe Google will be down there telling King wamshukishe or whatever, so I don't think she'll be comfortable. Hata kama ni kucheza, she will not be comfortable. That is just me, by the way. So I had nani Sakina anasema ataenda bado atarudi, so I'm waiting, I'm hoping sijui kama atarudi tena huko leo. I'd love to probably see kama she goes back.
Then Atty, there was another thing that happened. So after going the aftermath of that, I was watching blogs, Data Collector. I think it's in Data Collector too.
Yeah.
Where now Nyako was talking to Uyo the TikTok king, and I was listening. Even if watu tumekosana na watu and you're trying to maybe tell the person, you know, don't allow this person here, you don't have to lie on the person, because the blog I listened to, the things that Nyako said about Sakena were absolutely wrong. Like mpaka nikaanza kujiuliza kwani nakwanga TikTok gani mimi, you know, but that's expected with the fact that alikanyaga kwa fence ya wenyewe, you know.
So what were the things that I said? Just uko na recording?
Guys, hiyo simu nyingine sina, but she was saying something about her losing her job, losing her housing, losing her following, something about poisoning. I don't think it was Sakena that used to do that stuff.
That was, I think, in a JB. I don't think that was had anything to do
no,
with
hiyo Data Collector ukamepost ukamesema ni Sakena alikuwa naongelelewa.
Right, okay, but definitely we all know that was not Sakena.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, kumwambia huyo the TikTok king hizo vitu, alikuwa amekelea vitu za kina JB wamefanya, akamwekelea anaitwa nani, Sakena. Nyinyi mnaniambia uongo iko pale kwa Data Collector, nimejisikilia shit.
Listen to the recording.
Did you not listen to the recording?
I did. Vitu zenye aliongea.
Si mekelewa ni Sakena.
Uongo. Hizo vitu aliambia
hapa ndio wananiambia nini? Sawa, ninadanganya. I wish I had another phone basi ningecheza.
Nani una kinyanjo una you something? Because me, as far as I'm concerned, honestly, I don't think losing Nyako's job had anything to do with Sakena at all. That was definitely like
everything that has ever happened to her on this platform to be Sakena's mistake. Alifanya King akabaki understand ni Sakena alimfanya hizo vitu zote.
Now let me ask you, you see the thing is the TikTok the guy, they say TikTok king and all that, is he open to working with everybody, or is chosen who he want to work with? And then again, TikTok maze kuna kwa kitu inaitwa territorial, right? Sometimes I know we want a bit of chaos here and there, but then sometimes our peace comes first. Okay, so maybe I'll choose, and that's why I choose spaces I go to. I don't just go everywhere. I read the room, you know, if the people around there maybe are with people that are not good with me, I'm not gonna show up, because I want to protect my peace, and I don't want to come and explain myself, because people will say anything on these spaces, right? People will come out here and say everything, and you know, when these things are said, it's really hard for you to come out here and validate yourself. So which is better, to protect your peace? Rena Bupanda, Rena amesema kuna hiyo recording.
And also Atty, apparently mimi sikuiona, but nilikimbisha kierere yangu kwa lives kadhaa today. After all that of her having a conversation, I mean, of him having a conversation with Nyako, today he flies in allegedly kwa live ya kina TikTok drama, after knowingly that Kemanyi na Nyako waendani pamoja, akaenda huko akawa gift huko mahanda. Sasa hiyo imeleta makele.
But do you know there's something called subtle marketing? You see, the thing is, a lot of us want to see things, look at things with the naked eye. Unaona? Everything that happens in these spaces are usually strategic. You know, me, what I know, this man wants to create the buzz around his match. It's not even about gifters, but that audience. Unajua, hiyo numbers that will show up. So what he's doing his own marketing. He's doing all these things intentional. Unaona? TikTok is all about strategy. You create your own clout. This guy knows the streets. He's not an idiot, you know. He knows how to create the razzmatazz around him. And that's exactly what he's doing, okay? I know, I'm sure a lot of us have marked down on the hiyo match yake. Will want to go and watch. Hata kama uta gift, but you want to go and watch. So it's got nothing to lose, absolutely. Unaona, najua kenda huko, it's going to create the razzmatazz. People are going to talk about it, and then the traction is going to get that traction that he needs. He wants the crowd, not so much about gifts and all that, but he needs that presence, visibility. So that's what he's working at, and that's why we're talking about him now, because he's created it around him, you know. So him going there is no big deal. I mean, he's working. Is, you know, you can either work hard or work hard. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So him going there, he didn't go there because he had either good or bad intentions, but I think it's all about him. He's creating his own, you know, razzmatazz. You get? You guys, is somebody getting?
Ati wacha niseme hivi, vile naweza unanisikia?
Yeah.
Hello.
Tunakusikia.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Naweza advise Akena hivi, I think she should proceed with her mission kwa jili.
Honor, when you talk to, when you're giving unsolicited advice, just say your opinion. Don't advise, because I don't think she's looking for any advice. Just say, you know, just say as an opinion, not advising her, because I don't. Yeah, just give your opinion, which is okay.
Yeah, wacha ni withdraw hiyo. Penye iko ni kuwa mimi sioni ubaya watu kwenda kwa huyu king wa Nigeria, anaitwa King of TikTok. Kwa jili, despite everything that has been said, there is very little evidence ya kuonyeshana kuwa wako involved na pesa chafu, you know. There's all this talk, and it could be right, it could be wrong, but so far there is no evidence. So I think it's just okay to deal with them until there is proof that is sufficient that hizo vitu ni mbaya, hizo coins ama kuengage watu ni mbaya morally and legally.
I don't really understand what you're saying, but what I know is that to me, money is money. Idea pesa chafu. You see, most of money in this world is nakwa pesa chafu, my friend. So I don't understand this. Personally, I don't understand the, you know, the thing behind you dirty money. Man, pesa jai kwa safi, unaelewa? There's never been clean money. So people talking about dirty money are usually people that have no money. Because a lot of money is zinapatikana in very dirty ways, by the way. Most of these big monies, if you kujua vile zinapatikana, unaona, hatuwezi zitumia. But because we want to kujiconsole, we'll come out here and say dirty money. Pesa ya songo tuliambiwa ni dirty money. Sorry, ya Rosso. It was said, we are the same people that said money was bad, and we're the same people that took that money with a lot of grace. Tukaenda huko hata tukaimbia Rosso, you know, tukakuwa friends of Rosso, unaona. Now we are the same people that money makes the world go round. Okay, but until you get that money, you're going to have an excuse why you don't want that money, you know. So maybe I don't believe on that line of dirty money. Actually, if anybody has dirty money they want to dispose, please find me. All right, I'm gonna clean it for you. Yeah, nyinyi mnagopa pesa chafu. Mimi when I take that money to whatever place I'm taking it, haitakuwa decline because it's that money. Okay.
Awogopi
FBI, they deal with people. So if I have to be dealt with because I took that money, it's the consequences. That's fine. You know, everything has consequences. And when I said that hii hata mambo ya Rosso vile unasema watu wanachukua hiyo pesa, watu wanaogopa watakuja kushikwa. I mean, there's not much you can do. Ukichukua hiyo pesa unakuja responsible, inakuja na consequences. Unasikia? And what's the worst that can happen? Kama ni kushikwa kupelekwa jela, you know, I'm not the first or the last. Nitaenda ni hata kama ni 3 months. Nitoke pesa ilishanisaidia and all that, unaona. So I think inakuwa tu ni mambo ya kuogopesha watu, because all of you here saizi mkiambiwa kuna mali watu wangapi wataenda? Mkiambiwa kuna mali inapewa na 50,000 each, tell me
au naweza kimbia na bunduki zangu zote niwapige marisasi, move out of my way.
Do you ask hata hapa TikTok? Mimi people come and
niambia kuna pesa, namuuliza wapi na time, let's go.
Hapa TikTok when people come and send you gift, mtu anatumia hata money, do you ask them where they got money from? Do you? Mnaulizaga? How do you know hata hiyo pesa alibia mtu amekufa ama aliua mtu akapata pesa? Do you know? So when you talk about that money, my friend, unless it's your own money, where you cannot be coming here saying that the money you receive on these places or people have to be realistic. But as I've said, a lot of times we say it to kind of cover ourselves, our conscience, and play the moral judges and stuff like that.
No, usually people tend to say it's dirty money when someone is giving money excessively. It suddenly becomes dirty money because the other person is receiving. Lakini hiyo siku accidentally TikTok king make mistake arushe kinyanjui lion, it is going to be a clean lion. Uleni pesa. Ai,
Buyo maombi yako isikike kilao.
All I would say is this, the guy, obviously, he needs money as well because he's planned this official match. Obviously, he needs money. The only reason he's on TikTok, like Kenyan TikTok, is maybe he wants some, some following. Whatever Rosso did as well. Alikuja tu anataka aonekane, but at the end of the day walipata 30 million za ile za fest, whatever fest they did. So huyu mtu kama atasaidia wa Kenya, si mimi personally I'll be clapping for that Kenyan mwenye anaenda hapo anatoka na pesa. Bora utoke na pesa, but it's not free. Obviously wa Kenya ndio wataona hawa watu wanapata pesa, wataenda kuwatapia, wataenda kutap hizo game, wengine watajaribu kugift that guy thinking that ata reciprocate na maybe he'll never do it, but it's the obvious thing on TikTok. People need something out of it. Huyo mtu anataka something, and it's money, obviously money ama whatever it is, but it's something. But kusema ni dirty money in the UK, I don't know how it works. That guy ako UK, and dirty money, as long as no one is being killed, as long as hakuna mtu banki yake itaribiwa, it's always good. That's all.
Well, what I know is that
banki ya ribiwa pesa munipea mimi adonge, nipeni pesa ni tamu. Mbona we sijui specify kama pesa iko hivi. Pesa ni pesa. Venye tu Atty amesema, if someone sends me a handheld, sijui imetoka wapi. Maybe somebody killed somebody somewhere alafu ndiye akanipatia. Pesa ni pesa, tukule.
And also another thing that we all need to understand is that we cannot say ati akuja kusaidia wa Kenya. I mean, if anything, Nigeria needs support more than we Kenyans do, because if you've been to Nigeria, you know how big that country is and how the difference between the rich and the poor is huge. And, to be fair, Nigeria is quite a rich country, right? But the thing is, when this person, the reason why it's particularly chosen this person, there's a reason why they've chosen. Why not everyone, right? It is transactional. Everybody's going to come out with something, and that's what matters. Anything else, mambo ya kusaidia wa Kenya, mimi Rosso alinipatia pesa Mkenya, ilisaidia mtu mwingine alinisaidia, it's an individual thing. So everybody should fight for themselves. Do not worry or care what someone is doing. It is a big stage. Everybody is performing, okay? Worry more on your performance, work on your own performance, right? The reason why a lot of us do not really thrive is because of, rather than working on ourselves, right? We are busy working more on other people, on things that do not directly benefit us. Me as Atty, when I open my live here, I tell you guys in Chapieni life goal, because I rather mind my own small roses here than trying to find what someone else is doing there, because that's got nothing to do with me. Unaona? Nidio ni Mkenya mwenzangu, but that is their personal thing. So I think we can have opinions, and I only wish that in as much as we have our differences, our hate, but it's also good to have boundaries and realize that everybody is fighting for their own survival. Okay? If it's really got nothing to do with us per se, we don't want to. We can have opinions, but let us limit the hate. Unaona? Let us, hata mimi as a person, I want to have opinion, but I don't want to come out baka unaona that hate through me, literally, because when we talk, you unaweza pick, unasema, now this is a little bit too deep, you don't have to get in there. Unaona? But we forget ourselves because we try to project our pain. When you're projecting your pain through someone else, you forget your humanity. You forget that, okay, it is an opinion. It doesn't have to be personal. But I think on this app, we take things very, very personal. And that's why a lot of us hurt inside. And hurt people. That is what I'm saying. When I'm talking about this thing here, I'm talking about it because it's out here, it's trending, But is it my business? No, it's not my business. Am I looking for an opportunity the same? Yes, why not? If I get the same opportunity, I'm definitely going for it 100%. Okay, so when we talk out here, we should not talk like we are holier than those, that you're probably not looking for the same things that you me. Okay, maybe nice in morals. Okay, because I know a lot of you out here have so much morals that you don't practice, that do not reflect. That is a problem. So Mimi, I am out here. If an opportunity avails itself, I am showing up. No questions asked.
Nasema sasa kuito tukuamshe kama umelala.
Nakwambia kwanza mimi ile siku nilikuwa napigiwa simu nilikuwa kwa barabara, my sim was almost like 6%. My very good friend from America akaniambia ati unatafuta kwa Shirosheri. My friend nikasema are you sure? Hey, kwa King Rosso. Umesikia vizuri kweli? You know? Hey, my ear, you know. So I think people are all looking for opportunities, but only that sometimes we project with a lot of hate. Unasikia? And I think sometimes it's best to let people learn from their own experiences, okay? We don't want to be here to be the Mother Teresa of Calcutta, even though Mother Teresa was a scam as well. But we don't want to come here and behave like we are the moral police, that we are policing people, that we are speaking for people that we have never loved from the word go. That is the irony. Mimi hakuna kitu kama sasa mtu kama Pau akuje hapa ataanza kuongea juu yangu vizuri. I know she doesn't mean it. Because from the word go, this is someone that amekuwa behind you from the word go. So suddenly, how do you care about me? How do you come in and want to speak for me? Guys, doesn't it reek of fakeness and pretense and wanting to box yourself in there? You know? So let everybody do what's good for them, guys. You know, we can have opinions that say, you know, but we don't want to be seen as the hate is oozing from what we say and how we say it. And mambo ya kutukana na watu like on a personal level, you know, you can just come here, have an opinion, you know, jibes here and there, and then get on with your business. Life goes on. Tomorrow is another day. And that's it. So whatever thing it is, people are looking for opportunities. Me, I'm also looking for opportunities, by the way. Kila mtu na bahati yake. What's meant for you will always be yours. Okay? And also pia tunajua ile we kind of, if you know your boundaries, you know where you don't want to go to keep your peace. But sometimes, as I said, TikTok, we like a little bit of, you know, you see now we are talking because Sakena alienda huko kwa King, ametuletea content. So it is what it is. It's a balance of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Simple. Life goes on. Tomorrow, next week, who knew that in 2025, around August, we'll be talking about a different king, not King Rosso. Because previously, ilikuwa ni Rosso. You know, life goes on. Maisha yanaendelea.
Niko na swali moja. Mimi wakati nilikata up leo, I understood it as if ni vile handout zake ndio zilileta the chaos that happened on TikTok. But also yesterday kulikuwa na more violence or whatever. Kwani ni king mmoja tu, mbona kila mtu ana focus on huyu king mmoja, yule mwingine amenyamaza? Mbona ni huyu pekee ndiye anafinywa? My Joseph. Huyu pekee mbona anafinywa? Si kuna makings, nimeambiwa kuna makings watatu wanarusha nini ma lions pale wakikosikiwa. So why is it focused on this specific one? Hao wengine wana smoke kama TikTok king.
Sometimes, you know, tractions usually specific
one.
Unajua huyu ndio jana the way things happen zika happen and the back and forth. So right now the limelight is right on him. So maybe wewe ukienda kwa yuki mwingine tunaanza pia kuongelea. Siende kwa yuki mwingine.
Nimuite nimwambia rushie King Master hand hat humanes as.
Yeah. So yeah, and also the fact that Nyako is there, you know, and you know, Nyako and Sakena, the fact that they don't get along, and people feel that maybe Sakena purposely, intentionally went there, unaona. So there's a bit of, you know, interest into the buzz, and we love that. We love a little bit of an adrenaline rush, eh? We love a little bit of that adrenaline rush, and people are enjoying it. Hii TikTok sasa ile kumenyamaza simu na kwa mmeboeka. So now you hata content creators, hata analyzers wako na nini? Wako na that razzmatazz. And then, do you know when someone goes to pale kwa King, because another thing that Mimi, if I was Nyako, I would have squashed my differences with people I don't get along with. Unaona, ndio sasa hata yeye alete wale watu huyo Nigeria. I don't know how their contract is. You know, because when as Kenyans wanaenda ku support your Nigerian guy, you know, she's playing her bit because people are going there because of that, you know, her being there and all that. So she's also bringing her part on the whole thing, you know. So maybe should have just squashed the difference because now she's the queen mother. Angesquash hiyo difference yake na hiyo Sakena. Awachi Sakena ende tu hapa cheze match juu Sakena kuna gifters wake kenda pale. Ataenda na watu wake. In a way pia atakuwa na growisha huyo TikTok king. You know, I wish they could probably sit down and, you know, because, you know, business, this is now like a business agreement and all that, right? It will not trend. Yeah. If only, you see, I mean, there's not, amuna hii TikTok, hakuna ile kitu haiwezi kuwa squashed, especially when it comes to business and all that. Yeah. So, if they could sit down, you know, have that difference squashed and then wafanye biashara, because that Sakena kienda pale, Sakena akona watu wake that atamgift. Najua magifters wa Nyako hawezi gift Sakena. Unaona? Yeah. So I mean, that is the best and the least I would think about, to be honest. I don't know what Mary Brack thinks about it. Mary, you come and tell me what you think about all these things. Berry, hi.
Hey Atty, how are you? Mkoaje?
I'm good. Kwa nini kuja birthday yangu ndio nimepata kuja birthday? Wacha nikudai birthday.
Wacha nikwambie, nimekuwa na, I told you, nimekuwa na issue birthday.
No, don't worry, I'm just pulling your legs anyway. How have you been?
Yeah, I know, I'm good, I thank God.
Yeah, we are good. There's the king, the whole, now we are dealing with the Nigerian, you know, kingdom and all that, and all the things are happening. I'm sure you're aware. What do you think about the whole shenanigans?
Yeah, these guys are taking over. You know, these guys have taken over our women, like here in Qatar. So I don't know. These guys are taking over everywhere, bana. They've invaded our territory. Watu wanafaa wafukuzwe bana.
Ala, kwani wafukuzwe?
No. See, okay, I'll tell you something about these people. Now, number one, I'm in a field where they've dominated, especially here in Qatar. They've dominated the health and safety. Okay, health, safety, environment.
I tell you, Nigerians are literally everywhere. They are literally everywhere in the world.
Yes, so the way I know them, they always have a sinister motive. They are never, the intentions are never good. That's the truth about Nigerians. When they invade a place, they always have a motive. So the end game is what I don't know, especially with the way, you know, they've taken over the big wigs, the likes of Akina Nimona, they've taken over Nyako, Cindy. I don't know the end game. I don't know, but these people are always strategic in their thoughts, and it's always sinister. They are malicious.
So in other words, so you think this king is not has got zero good intentions, and what would you think would be the plans?
Nothing good. There has to be a motive. Now that's what we'll know with time. But there is always a motive.
So in this case, what kind of speculations would you reckon?
No, I think they're just trying to invade the Kenyan territory, but you'll never know. Probably. But
you see, the Kenyan side, unajua Kenyans hakuna gifters like Nigerian side, to be fair. What exactly would you think they do? Because on the Kenyan side, a lot of gifters will retire on the Kenyan side. So because, I mean, okay, they
Atty, I'll take you back. I'll take you back to the likes of, remember the lady called Pesh? Remember Pesh? Back then when we used to be on Facebook. Pesh, the Kamba lady, who was, you know, she came, you know, she was jailed somewhere in Ghana.
Yeah.
Have you been associated? The Pesh, you know, that model. Remember the socialite?
Yeah.
Plus a lot of other people. So you'll find that probably, maybe, just maybe, ultimately you'll hear maybe Cindy is being used for maybe something like transfer of, you know, narcotics or something. You'll never know. But these people always have a motive. They might come in. They
have motive. They don't make it like if they're trying to groom you or lure you. They don't usually make it as public as they have on these spaces. I don't know. And then again, there are different categories. What you need, they're mainly McCoins and all that. Would you think they would use someone like Cindy ama Nyako for their thingies?
Oh, of course, you know. Remember with the box games. Okay, now let's go back to the box game. If it's about gaining, okay, let's say probably they've never had like giftings from the Kenyan space.
No, now but Kenyans are not, we don't have gifters in Kenya. Let's be honest. Kenyan gifters are specific. Unasikia? Kenyan gifters, Kenyans, we don't have a huge gifters, to be fair, and what to gift their people. Unaweza takuwa na 10,000 viewers na umekuja tu kusikia the level hata, you know, because you are not there, you know, they are not the, you get my point what I'm saying. So hata Wakenya wanaenda kwa huyu king, kwa this guy, they don't even gift him per se, unaona?
Yes.
Hakuna gift Kenya.
I think right now it's all about just sitting back and observing. I don't know, but there has to be something. There has to be an end game. That's what we
now,
might not
yesterday,
know.
if you are aware, Sakena, he went there yesterday, akakuwa dropped. What do you think? She wanted to play with that king, and nasikia Nyako alikataa, akamwambia sicheze na Sakena. What's your opinion about the whole debacle?
Sakena was dropped. Okay, I don't think Sakena is that big within the Kenyan space, huh?
How do you mean Sakena is that big? Sakena is level, you know, who TikTok level. Sakena is level 37 and 38.
No, these guys don't go for levels. They go for fame, you know.
But Sakena is famous on the Kenyan TikTok.
You can't compare Sakena to the likes of Nyako and Cindy, right? Let's be realistic.
Yeah, but she's somewhere in the food chain.
Yes, she is. Especially within, okay, us as Kenyans, we know her. But when it comes to comparing Sakena, Nyako, Sakena, Cindy within the Kenyan TikTok space, no, Nyako and Cindy are big.
Yeah, that's okay, but you know what do you think that the fact that she went there for a match na akadropiwa na pia akaambiwa asinini Queen akaambiwa siwai mu entertain, what do you think about it? What's your opinion?
But that if it was under someone's directive that she be dropped, then that's not okay. But if it was that king's, you know, decision to drop her, then we can say it's okay. You know, you choose whom to play with, you choose whom not to, you choose whom to hang out with, you choose whom not to hang out with. But if someone specifically told that guy to drop her, then I don't think that was okay. If that's what because I'm not aware of exactly what transpired.
And how about sorry, okay, you can ask.
If you are in the same position, the position that Nyako is in right now, would you feel the same that these people are up to something?
Yes, I'm telling you. Okay, let me tell you. Wait. I'll tell you something about very specifically. My job is all about looking at the risks first before I see the good in you. That's what my job entails. I'm a risk analyst. Okay, so when I look at you as V8, I first think of the damage you can do to me as Berry. Then I begin thinking about the good things. Okay, that's how I am. All right. So if with me, I just don't go for, and that's why it's very, very easy to lure me into some things, because I look at things the negative way first, then I begin thinking positively. That's how my brain is manufactured.
I just feel, personally, that these people are trying to use the Kenyan celebrities on TikTok to trend on Kenyan TikTok, to be more famous on Kenyan TikTok.
That's the thing. And if you look at the way, you know, Nyako and Cindy, those are big names within the Kenyan space, right? So it's easier to gain visibility within the Kenyan space by using the two. That's the truth. And I think the next could be probably the likes of Mwiti and the rest, because those are also big names within the Kenyan space. So maybe, but let it sell more. Yeah, so I don't know. Time is a master. That's what I can say for now.
And Nani, yesterday Sakena said she'll still go back and try her luck. What do you think about the resilience?
I don't think it's in order. Sakena is a big name within the Kenyan space. She should just focus on doing her. You don't have to go like, you know, now she's becoming a simp there. No, ain't right. No. I can't advocate for that. No way.
So you rather she does not show up there again, if it's your opinion?
Atty, someone throws you, someone tells you, you know, fuck off, then you go back there. Yo, that's desperation, man. Come on. Sakena is a big name. Why should she go back where she was humiliated? Yo, no.
But she didn't. I don't think she's. Does she view it that way, really? Because when I heard her speak, she didn't speak like she was humiliated.
So, Atty, if someone drops you,
you was told to go back today.
You even think of going back? No,
she was told that they play today.
So she was told to go. Oh, they'll play today.
Yeah, because when she said she wanted a match, akambiwa tomorrow, so it's today.
Okay, then if that was the case, then that's okay. If there was a promise to that effect, then I think that's okay. I don't think there's a problem there. But if she was dropped intentionally, then now it's like, damage control, that, we damage this person's ego. Then now you are like, you can come back. No. We don't go leaking assets, man. No. You tell them fuck off.
No, I listened to that video na aliambiwa not today, tomorrow. See guys, watu walisikia hiyo video, nilisikia kwa bloggers akiambiwa no, not today, tomorrow. Guys, nani akona recording?
Lakini ati siyo not today tomorrow ilisemwa tu just to put her off. I think ilikuwa ya put her off. It was not for her to come back tomorrow.
Sakina should just keep off. If she was dropped, honestly, she should just keep off.
At some point, the king told Sakina he needs to ask Nyako first, and Sakina was like, you can ask her on my behalf. I assume that the king knows the beef between Sakina and Nyako. The guy knows they're not in good terms. Remember, they freely move on this platform as the way we freely move on the platforms. They know these things, and they know Kenyans love violence.
Me, I don't love drama. I'm just usually catapulted into it, but I don't really love it. So, but I know Sakina has been working on opening her boxes and all that. She wants to do box matches and all that, right? And I hope she can probably now get someone else, because she said nilimuuliza akasema anataka King amfundishe, the hurdles of the match. Unaona? Alikuwa anataka King aenda ampatie, bits and bobs of how to do that. So hopefully she works that thing out, but gosh, mimi aki ya Mungu jana ningekuwa Sakina jana after kufanywa hivyo mimi ningeenda tu. Oh, thank you Berry. Walai nienda kufuata kindom kama 3 hivi nijiwe, because imagine ati kama ni kuangushwa, hakuna kitu kama kuangushwa mahali bana.
Hi darlings.
Hi, you're right.
Niko poa.
Huko Canada kuna wa Nigeria kuja tupatie kwa King kwetu. At least UK ishawapatia Nigeria King. Thank you.
Canada venye nakwanga na depression. Mi achwa ninataka kuenda USA. Canada inaweza kukupatia depression wada.
Lakini maze that thing aki ya Mungu kuanshu. Guys, do you know mimi kwa platform ya Uka Queen Boss aliniangushaga huko, my friend. Unajua hiyo kitu ilinitoa kwa hata nikena Uka akiwa live. Mpaka ile siku aliniambia alishamtoaga mod ndio nilindaga huko siku moja. I've only gone to Uka's platform I think twice or once tangu hiyo. Maze imagine unajipata unaongea unajipata huko kwa mkundu wa dunia.
Wewe ninakwambia bado nina imani.
Acha nikwambie ati kuna siku nilikuwa nimepanda tu kwa Abdul, nimeanza tu kuongea moderator na mimi chini. Pap. Sijawahi hili.
Exactly, and that is why me say it's good to read the room. Usiende tu mahali ati una request hapa tunapanda. Ask yourself, who am I? Angalenga kwanza hiyo guest inakaaje? Is it a friendly guest Kuna gift hapo mkubwa ule ana control your platform. Guys, most of the time these gifters they control those spaces. Unaona na gifter anakuwa nini moderator. Oh, thank you my darling. Thank you so much for wewe na kihere yako unaendaga hapo juu, gift anakuangushaga, host anajifanya hata ajui. Unasikia? Anaona umeangushwa anaendelea na story kama kawaida. Sasa hiyo uko hapo chini, and one of the things ukiangusha usiulize hapo ati who has dropped me. Unakaka kama mu idiot. Ati hapo kwa comment section, ati I've been dropped. No, we don't care who has dropped you. We are seeing it. You are not even responding. Unaona mtu anaandika I've been dropped. Nobody is talking. Hata host mwenyewe ongei, anakulenga kama bloody fucking. Ukiangushwa
anajifanya hata hajaona hiyo message.
Anajifanya hata hajaona hiyo message. Hiyo ashatumia host message kwa nini kwa WhatsApp? Ama mimi ndo nimeangusha hiyo mjinga, huyu mwanamke mjinga, mimi ndo nimemwangusha. Sasa host atakuprefer ule namletea malanza anamalizia live goal na ama wewe na kihere yako ya mkono mtupu wa ulambwi, my friend.
Hiyo Queen Boss anapenda kuangusha watu kwa uka na hata si ati yako na kitu. Queen Bossy alikuwa anapenda kuangusha watu huko kwa uka na si ati yako na kitu.
Unajua Queen Bossy alikwenda kwa hizo platform za wanaume, then she want to take over, she want to be the queen mother hizo
Queen Bossy si ni ule mwenye alikuwa ameanikwa hapa na ile suruali sijui ya cream de la.
Yebu acha no I'm a feminist word, I protect women. Wacha na mazuri za wanawake za cream, Nakwambia I'll never forget huyo dem aliniangushaga. Na huyo dem aliniangusha, I don't know whatever happened. Sijui ilikuwa ni nini. Kuna mali hata mimi nilimchomea. Nilisema huyo dem akona kelele, ni moderator wako aje. Sijui niliambiaga Magdama, niliambiaga nani. Alafu unajua TikTok watu kurusha maneno.
Na usisahau hiyo suruali ilikuwa imeingia lunch.
Lunch ni kawaida, lazima utakula lunch. Nakwambia nilienda kwa uka guys, I've never recovered. Nilijipata nikiongea nikiwa Timbuktu. Mtu wa maana alikuja, mimi nikakuwa sacrificed. Unasikia? Hiyo kuangushwa my friend, it just rips you off your small little heart. If it's really kama uko na heart nyepesi. Unaona? So I don't know how Sakena handled the whole thing. I don't know what she said. I don't know whether she was in denial, because sometimes we are usually in denial. Unaona? Ama ali accept, okay, it happened, iliangushwa, the signs are there, you know. Let me move on. Let me start afresh. These things happen. You know, there's no shame in admitting that I was ashamed. Kwa visually normal bana.
Amesemaje Sakena mwenyewe?
Sijasikia akiongea, imagine sijasikia kirespondia hiyo. Unajua hata leo Diana ametubeba kiasi hapo na hiyo ya jana. Unajua, so I don't know whether what she's planning, either she's planning to respond ama bado anadili hiyo kitu ya jana. You know that thing, wacha niwaambie kusema kweli. You know, Sakena might come out here like she's okay or whatever. But ile confidence juu na video yake, ile confidence akiongea hapo, unajua hata alijaribu sana kaongea Kizungu. Sakena, well done, you're doing so well with your grammar. She did a good job with the English, unaona? So and then after that unaangushwa. You know, you come back and ask yourself, what did I not do right? You know, everything was this place, I explained myself so well, but still nikaangushwa. Was I not interested in what I was doing? You know that kind of a thing. You keep asking yourself. It trips you a little bit of your ego, manze. Mtu asikudanganye. Alafu now everybody's talking about it. Some people are just going sharp on. They say, Sakena ulijiangusha. Sakena alikuwa ameenda kusimp. You know, this words people wataki kusikia. Hiyo mambo kwa umeenda kusimp, manze kitu. Manze kwa umeenda kusimp. Do you know how
Alafu unaambia umeenda kusimp, alafu nakuja explain kama menace. Si unakumbuka Menes tulimwambia hapa akasema mimi ndio alimpigia akamwambia ulienda kusimp, just simple. Hakuna mambo sijui uliambiwa na nani ama na nani. Menes alienda kusimp akakuja kusema sisi we don't know what you talked on the text, sisi tulikuwa na kwa fake king. Na hiyo tayari ni kusimp, ulikuwa na birthday, so nothing will change on that. Marua anapenda kueneza vitu za nani, tulikuona huko kwa live. Na ulikuwa huko kwa live na ulikuwa unaenda kusimpia coins. Whether ulipigiwa ama ulitumiwa message na Minwoi.
The fact that you have caught there red-handed.
The fact that you are recorded on that live, says it all. Kwani wewe ni kama bloggers. Watu tuende na unaenda. Hapana. You want to be good with the fake king. King mwenye si king. Na sisi midomo zetu, mimi by the way midomo yangu huwezi ifunga. Mimi yangu ni kuongea tu. Wewe ukitaka kurespond una respond tu. Mimi I repeat what I said. Simpas.
No, simple in its constant level. Simple and you're different, my friend. Wewe uone vile tulinyenyekea.
Juzi alisema kwa live ati unajua mimi I invited people on my the people that I invited on my birthday are people of substance. People of substance when you mention niliwaona kwa hiyo alimention people of substance wenyewe walimentioniwa sikuona.
Hapa TikTok kuna people of substance really? For real? Anybody referring to people from TikTok as people of substance need to go and count.
Mimi mtaniua siku moja hapa TikTok. Mimi by the way wacha nikwambie, mimi niko TikTok nina have fun, nina enjoy. Ninaweza sema kile nataka kwa sababu mimi sina mtu wa kunikazia hapa. Juu pia mimi hata ni mtu anaweza sema Kenya nataka about me kwa sababu hakuna kitu inanishtua. So mimi hata naweza nikasema whatever I want hapa kwa TikTok na maisha yangu itaendelea tu. Kesho nitaamka tu hapa niende nikakote matakataka zangu kama kawaida na nirudi kwa nyumba nilale. Na Isabella bado atakunywa tu mafuta. Si ati Isabella atakosa kukunywa mafuta. Uli simp.
Yeah, ushiko hapo shikamane. Sometimes guys, you see.
Yeah, you just admit yes I was there because na si lazima u explain you are there. So si lazima
alafu ngoja nikwambie kitu moja manze, pia nilisikia pale hivyo kwa nini? Kwa Sakina akiongea na King, ile ilinifurahisha. Alisema ati support Palestinians, ati aliwaleta hapo. Guys, nataka that was funny. I don't know, maybe I missed out. Sakina kuna nini content outside ya Palestinians ama?
Usiku the all night was dance.
Na si nimeshage hizo vitu kama hizo nikajione.
Hata kwa blogs.
Ala.
Si watu wako na maneno huku nje.
Ati Mungu Sakina, let's start charity begins from home. Wewe kutoka huko Pakistani. Tuanze huko
Klande ninamwona hapa. Klande mambo.
Ati nani ako ready Dalvin?
Si match yake imeanza?
Ameniambia ni kuambia ako ready.
Ye match yake na sanga.
Tuende tukata.
Haina 4 minutes tu.
Oh guys, Dalvin akona match please. You don't honestly have to maybe hata una gift or whatever, but hata ile kumtapia roses or whatever. Tulisema the Kenyan spirit of supporting. Unaona, we have to say and walk our talks. You might not like someone per se, but you see if they win, it's a win, it's a Kenyan win. Unaona, tomorrow itakuwa ni wewe, you lead the support. We might not come there and maybe have something to gift you, but ile tu moral support, showing their tapping up, and kama uko na kitu kama rose ama hand that, you know, we'll support them with. And I say that we cannot be saying things that you don't do. We need to walk our talks. And personally, guys, you see the way my birthday was absolutely beautiful, you know, na? Because of people that like you that probably don't even like you, but they came there and supported me. Walenitapia, walenipatia morale. They made even viewership is part of support, unaona. So we promise to show up and support her. So I'm urging anybody that is here that is able to just show up, whatever support it is, please let us go there and support Dalvin. Are we okay? Yeah, is that okay, guys? This is just a simple request. Instead of fighting ourselves our own right now, tunasema tupendane kama wa Kenya, si ndio? So charity. Paul and anaitwa Dalvin Vuguza. Charity is from home. Sometimes we want to walk our talk. Support doesn't have to be huge. I'm a lion or whatever, you know. Support is the little support, showing up, you know, being there, presence, tapping. Kama uko na kahandat, karose, you know, whatever thing we can, and then we can come and chill up back later. Anaitwa Dalvin. You guys, a lot of you, especially watu wa Google, najua Dalvin has been part of you guys, you know. She was there when she was there. She did her part. Now it's that time that we also show her the little love we have in our own little ways. So I'll probably end this live, alafu tuendeni kwa Dalvin.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.